Shit. Well, I've tried to make this video now twice and I had to stop it and restart it because I accidentally canceled out. I want to talk about gay relationships, and I also kind of wanted to talk about sometimes I really hate other people, in particular specific types of people, but there's certain types of people that are really jealous of me just because I'm white, I'm young, and it's in the queer community. Because I'm white, I'm a guy, I'm gay, I'm really attractive in their eyes, more attractive than them, and then they just are so shitty and ugly and poisonous because of jealousy. And a lot of these people don't want to be friends or like anyone unless they also struggle. It's like misery loves company. It's just weird because it's like my life is not easy. There is a lot of difficulty, but I don't struggle all the time with being insecure. And sure, we can blame that on whatever we want to, but I also do a lot of fucking work to try to build my self-esteem, like talking to myself in the mirror and doing internal work. And if you aren't doing that and you're mad and you want to be a victim and pretend like your skin color or your age is why you're insecure, and you would be secure if you were just like white and hot and pretty, you're stupid. It's not how it works. But yeah, sometimes I just meet so many insecure, ugly people, and I'm not necessarily talking about their appearance, I'm talking about their personality in the queer community, and they're just so ugly and poisonous and jealous of me. And it's like, you know nothing about me other than how other people treat me, and how I look. And it's kind of disgusting to me that some of these people would like me a lot more if there was something really obvious that I struggled with, like, I don't know, if I was handicapped or trans or I don't know. And it's the same particular type of person. I've met a lot of people like this in the LGBT community too. They're like so angry about me not using my white privilege for their agenda or something. Or to self-deprecate myself and boost them up, and it's just weird. It's really weird. It's like their goal or their ideal would be me to self-deprecate myself and push myself down and lift them up. And then they wouldn't be very nice to me because I've done that before, even when I do what they desire. So, I don't know if you can tell, but there's been a couple of people recently that have acted this way, and it's like a specific type of queer person. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I think it's common with any type of jealousy. that people have, or envy, and they're stuck themselves in victim mode. But anyway, I want to talk about gay relationships a little bit too. Gay people kind of disgust me, and gay men in particular, and not because they're gay, it's because I'm gay. It's because gay men have no standards in dating, and it's disgusting to me sometimes, a lot of the time. And this is literally like a global epidemic. And the problem is, I think it's the way men are wired, just to sleep with anything that walks. And women are not wired that way. Women are usually wired to find someone who's a companion and a partner. And men are just wired to have sex and sleep with anyone. And what happens when you have men dating men is just insane hookup culture. Where that is what the entirety, and I think people that are called homophobes are not actually homophobic, but they just detest and despise. There may be straight people, there's straight people that are disgusted by the fact that gay men as a community, because there's no consequence of pregnancy and children to having intercourse. The only consequence is STIs and STDs, and a lot of that can be circumvented with, they make medicine now to kind of enable that. I think STDs and STIs exist for a reason, because sex shouldn't just be something you fling around and do with anyone and anything under the sun. It should be, especially spiritual perspective, it's a transfer of energy in a really high degree, and you shouldn't just be doing that with everyone you see. And STDs and STIs exist, they should not exist. They exist to prevent people from, and it's tricky because this starts to go down the road of like slut shaming. And for me, it's just like, I think when you're first exploring your sexuality, it's positive to experience all the different things and all the things you might want and interact with a lot of people. And I also feel like, and I'm a pagan gay person who's autistic, and I feel like also I'm kind of demisexual, so I don't like to have sex with people unless I know them. But I just feel like there's a certain level of respect that should be given to intimate connection. And you shouldn't just give away your body and sleep with anything that walks. And it frustrates me to be a gay man because this is the standard for so many people, so many men. Really, they're not men, they're boys. They behave like boys regardless of their age, because a man, in my opinion, is someone who understands how, like, responsibility and behaving outside of just sexual urges and acting in a way that is conscious of other people besides his own self and wants. That's what a man is to me. And I just feel like if you had an island full of teenage boys, all they would want to do is have sex all the time. Not necessarily with each other, unless they were all gay, but that's all they'd want to do. And don't get me wrong, I've been that before, but I feel like at some point, you need to grow the fuck up and be a man and realize that there's more to life than just sleeping with people. And when you do choose to sleep with someone, it should be something meaningful. And I think coming back to how it works and operates with straight people, there's consequences. Children are created by sleeping with a woman as a man. That's a consequence. And so are you ready to take on that responsibility? Are you ready for the consequence that comes from that? Because that's how we work biologically. And a lot of men aren't, hence, and a lot of women don't have standards, so they sleep with somebody that hasn't done anything to prove or earn the consequence and the right that comes from creating life. And I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like, first of all, feel like there's two problems here. Women, maybe not women, but just people who are feminine are in charge of having standards for the men in their life. And then men are in charge of like realizing there's more to life than just sex. And our world is not there at all. Like women have no standards. They're all lots of chasing men. And then a lot of the men will just sleep with anybody and anything. And it's very entitled. And it's the same thing in the gay community. It's like men will just sleep with anything under the sun without any consequence. And that disgusts me. I think it disgusts me because I want there to be a consequence. Because intimacy is a sacred thing. It's a spiritually sacred thing. And this is coming from a person literally named Pan, which is my name. I don't think people should just rambunctiously and haphazardly sleep with anyone without any conscious thought put into it. Anyway, I see a lot of gay relationships that are like open relationships where people are like they're not even dating, they're sleeping with other people. Like the only reason a gay couple has an open relationship, oftentimes the terms are, oh, you can have sex with anyone else, but you can't be romantic or connected with anyone else. It's just weird. So the only purpose of this is to submit to your horny urges, and I don't know. I just can't resonate with that. I can't resonate with that. There's no one I see out in the wild where I'm like, man, I really want to hit that so bad. But darn, I'm handcuffed to my wife or my husband. my boyfriend or my girlfriend. I just don't have that. So I don't know how to end this video. I think it just bothers me. I just wanted to talk to someone about how it bothers me. It disgusts me. It doesn't just bother me, it disgusts me. And I'm very desired, and I'm very wanted, but oftentimes only in a sexual way from men. And it's so interesting because ugly people would like get so jealous of me, and like I was saying at the start of the video, like ugly queer people get jealous of me because they're like, I want to be sexually wanted. I want to be wanted by other people. And here you are wanted, and it's not that great. Because people don't want to know anything about you. They just want to sleep with you. And I guess if you want to sleep with them, it's a good thing. Because all these people want you. But I don't want to sleep with everyone. Sorry. I just don't. People disgust me. They're gross. And they have no standards in their own life. Their house is a disaster. It's a mess. My house is cute. My body is attractive because I put the work in. At the gym, I have standards. Doesn't mean I don't struggle to meet those standards. It's difficult to pay your bills. It's difficult to get the food you need. It's difficult, and I do the difficult things because I want the life that I have. And it takes having high standards and being willing to put work in to meet those standards. I found a little stretchy thing. But a lot of these people don't have any standards. And I don't want to be mean about bodies because bodies isn't really as important to me. But if you have like everything else wrong, quote unquote wrong, and you have an ugly body, it's just another representation of your low standards in your life. Like if your house is a mess and it's sloppy and messy and none of your dishes are done and none of your laundry is done, and you will just sleep with anyone under the sun, and your body is like gross looking. There's a lot of different ways of being gross, and notice how I don't say anything else. But I think people innately know when their body is like a better version of what it could be versus a worser version. And a lot of times being a worser version is just a result of having no standards with your health as far as like what you're doing to take care of your body. And I see that a lot where people check all the markers of things that disgust me, and then they want a piece of me instead of fixing themselves. Sounds mean, but yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I know it seems very harsh. It is kind of harsh. But I was trying to plan a party to go see Wicked the musical. It's really hard to plan a party. It's hard to be a leader too. Because when you're planning a party to see a movie in particular, especially if it's the premiere weekend, you have to buy everyone's fucking ticket. And I can't afford that. And so it's confusing, and people are super dependent and needing you to do everything for them, and then they just want to make it as simple as possible. Like, you buy the tickets for everyone, you ask them to pay you back. Some people don't pay you back, some people don't pay you back on time. It ends up costing you a lot of money up front. And it's just hard. I love to be a part of a party, but to actually make a party happen is hard. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. The movie is tonight, and I really want to see it, and I would want to go by myself even, which I might do. Also, I noticed, like, there's people in the queer community who, like, smoke cigarettes all the time. It's like, or they vape, or they smoke marijuana, or, here I go again, judging more, or they drink a lot of alcohol. It's like you have no standards. You're just choosing every vice, sleeping with people, drinking alcohol, smoking this, smoking that, ruining your lungs, ruining your body, disrespecting your body. And I get it if you're like 20, or you just came out of the closet and you want to just experience all the bad things all at once. But at some point, grow the fuck up. Be an adult. Be a man. Get a job. Okay? Respect your body. Respect sexuality. When you raise the standards, the relationships are better. And the problem is there's numerous people with no standards who are, just not having any standards. And so it can be hard to, quote unquote, find the right person. And so there's less options, but the options that do come around are better. I just notice this all the time, and it's just frustrating and disgusting. But it is what it is. It's how the gay community is mostly right now. I think for me though, like, what I'm discovering about myself is sleeping with people I don't know. That doesn't get me off. That doesn't even make me feel good or feel good at all to me. Having intercourse with people that do not know me does not excite me at all. There's been very rare circumstances where I meet someone and very quickly I get a good feeling about them, but that's very rare. And when it does happen, it usually happens to be true, like a person worthwhile investing in. But yeah, like sleeping with anyone under the sun, it disgusts me. And like, I'm disgusted by this person. And the other annoying thing to me and disgusting thing to me is like, and this is why I don't really want to work as a dancer anymore at nightclubs, is because men will literally follow you like little fucking flies around. And they want one thing, and it's to have sex, either at the club or get it as quickly as possible or whenever they can. And they also don't want to do anything to earn it. They just want it for free. It's disgusting. And the other disgusting thing is there are dancers who like revel in that attention and will give it away for free or for money, but I don't know, that just seems so disgraceful to me. I'm not a Christian, but I'm starting to really resonate with some of these Christian morals, girl. Of, you know, respect your body and don't sleep with anyone and don't drink alcohol and don't have vices and do God's will. Like, I know it's weird but it's also interesting to me because I'm a very spiritual person. A lot of these people who act this way are not spiritual at all. And I'm a very spiritual person. And my relationship with my spirituality is from my own exploration of what makes sense to me, including chakra, tarot cards, meditation, spiritual concepts, yin, yang, dimensional concepts, psychic senses, stuff like that. Like just a whole array. There's nothing I won't explore spiritually. And the fact that I'm kind of coming to the same realization without any sort of like crazy Christian path that a lot of Christians have about honoring your body and honoring and not just having a life of addiction and vices. It's just interesting. Maybe there's something innate about figuring out what we want and finding our path to God or spiritual enlightenment or making spiritual sense of the world that all sort of unifies at some point. But I think when I do get a boyfriend, it's going to be really, really good. And I don't care if he is like wanting to sleep with everyone under the sun. That's fine. That's not the kind of man I want. And this is what I want. I want to be so hot and so high standards in my life so that my life, my body, my everything about me, my home, my energy, my personality, I cut off access that other people get to it. You don't get to access my home. You definitely don't get to access my body or sleep with me at all. You don't get to access my energy or my personality unless you meet the fucking standards I have in my life. And that allows me to not only be exclusive and choose who's worthy of having access, but it also lets me live a really good life that not everyone gets to be a part of. And I think the right guy, regardless of if he wants to sleep with another person, which he probably will because I'm attracted to men and that's how men often are. They're sexually attracted to people even if you're married or dating. And that's okay, I understand how men work. But the rules are the rules for me. And if you want to go sleep around and be a monkey, just a horny monkey that has all the fun under the sun, you don't get access to this exclusive experience of being with me and being my partner. That's the rule. And I would maybe give him, like, I'm not a zero tolerance kind of person, because men often act on instinct and not on thought. And so if he did act on instinct and broke commitment that we had for each other, we'd have a conversation and talk about, okay, so let's talk about this. What do you want? And are the rules clear? Are my boundaries clear? Are what I'm looking for clear? Because I want monogamy. And if it is clear and he does understand, then I'd ask him like what he got from sleeping with someone else or kissing someone else or talking to someone else. And not that I have to fulfill that need myself, but rather if you got something from someone else and you don't think you can get that from me, that might create a different kind of conversation in your relationship. And then it might also turn into maybe we're not the right people for each other, and that's okay. But I would never like handle that. I would really try to be grounded when I have a conversation like that, so I'm not volatile and reactive and more just level-headed. But I really think that I will get a good fucking man by raising my standards, and a man who's willing to sacrifice the ability to sleep with anyone he wants just to be with me, because that's how delicious it is, you know? And I don't think I would want a man. I mean, I would try. We could go to like a big gay party where the people just kiss and sleep with whoever they want at a party. But I really think it would disgust me, and I really think I wouldn't like it. And I guarantee that everyone would be interested in me. But I would reject a lot of people. One of the other things like I despise too is when I reject someone, especially sexually. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You want the most fucking intimate thing from me, which is sexual intercourse. And I say no. Doesn't matter why. Could be because you're disgusting to me. Could be because you haven't done enough work or you haven't proven yourself worthy. It could be because I just don't like you. I don't like your energy. I don't want that exchange. I don't have to explain why. I just get to reject you. And you take it personal and feel like you're not good enough, feel like you're not this, you're not that, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I used to do that all the time as a dancer. And I wouldn't, like, here's the thing about dancing is, like, I wouldn't make that much money as a stripper. And I think it's because that's how I was. Like, guys would want to touch me and I'd be like, ew, get off. You know? I'd be like, ew, get off. Or if I did let them touch me, it was like dissociation. Like I would dissociate, but really I would want to say, ew, get off. And so you can imagine I didn't get a lot of tips because you can't just tell people, ew, get off, disgusting. You can watch me dance and that's it. I'm not here for you. I'm here to have fun and dance. And give me money because I like dancing. Unfortunately, what people don't tell you is a big part of dancing at nightclubs is allowing people to have access to your body in all sorts of different ways. And that rarely means like actual sexual intercourse. And it more so means like touching you in weird sensuous ways, or you giving them what they want in a sensuous way, and it never sat well with me. And I love dancing. I love wearing glitter. I love dancing at parties and having fun. But that's not actually why men give you money. They give you money because they get a little sexual rise from an interaction with you often. And that's not worth the money for me. And in fact, it was just gross and disgusting. Like I said, disgust. It disgusts me. And I wouldn't let guys have that at all with me. And I wouldn't make money. Like, I would walk home with less than $20. So, I tried it. I tried stripping. And I just feel like it's not for me. And that's okay. Now I want to figure out what is for me. That's been the trickiest thing of my 20s, is like I've been just trying a bunch of different things, trying to figure out what I want. What do I want? Who am I? And what do I desire? And I'm pretty sure, and I have never said this out loud before, but I'm pretty sure what I want to do is create content on the internet for work. And it's a little daunting right now because I literally have like under 200 followers, or around 200 on most of my platforms. And then I have like a lot on TikTok compared to the others. So like I have like 3,000. But I really feel like that's what I want to do, because I have so many varied interests and so many things I like to do, so many things I want to do. And the internet, I don't want to judge myself for wanting that. Just to be someone who is a person who expresses himself and puts himself on the internet, and turn that into something that can be a career and be money making. And I've tried a million other things, like teaching and working regular jobs and working for the city and working for the government, and it just doesn't strike me, excite me in the same way. Why should I have to do it if it doesn't excite me, you know? And sometimes I get the sense of like, oh, well, other people, it's weird because so many people on the planet have Instagram and YouTube and all of this stuff. What's the other one? TikTok. And those people are completely happy working their normal people jobs and playing video games or watching Netflix, or, you know, working or playing on social media for fun. I always feel like, doesn't everyone want to just be on social media and post and turn that into work and do fun things and do travel and do gaming and do dancing and do exercise and do all of this? Like, doesn't everyone want to do that? There's a part of me that's like, technically we couldn't all do it is that true? Or maybe we could. And I feel a certain part of shame of thinking like that's something that I want to do, because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something that's work related. And there are things that are work related that I really like to do. And I don't think I would not like to do them. But also, one of the things that excites me about social media too is like, I know there's a bunch of people like this on social media who literally like clean, which is something I already do, clean houses and record it. And they don't charge the people anything because all they get money from is from YouTube. And so that's so magical and special to me. The fact that you can do work that you find fun. In particular, I like cleaning and I also like landscaping. You can do that for free for people, which is such a gift, just by having a following. And a lot of people have a niche, so they do like one thing. That's my issue, is like, I don't just do one thing, I do a lot of things. Trying to turn all my various hobbies into one social media project is difficult, but that's what I want. That's what I desire. I think that's my big dream, and it's taken me a long time to figure out what I want. Because I never just wanted to be a dancer. I went to school for dance, and I like dancing, and I want to return to dance. And I like singing, and I'm trying to learn how to sing. But I think at the same time, I don't just want to do, like, be a vocalist or be a choir teacher. I would love to be a choir teacher, not gonna lie. I hate working with children sometimes, though. Maybe like high school or adults. But yeah, I think I would like those simply because, yeah, they would be fun. And then you can also do something like that and also do social media. So I don't know how it blends together, but I know kind of where I want to live in the world. And I know what I want to do for work. Granted, social media is a big thing. It's not something that you can just turn into a job when you start. And I have kind of just started. I've been going like 6 months, but a lot of it was just trying to figure out what I'm doing. And the TikTok I've been doing for more than 6 months, which is probably why I'm more popular. But it takes time, and so you have to find a way to pay your bills without anything in the meantime. So anyway, I'm gonna go play video games, I think. I think it will make me feel better. Today's my day off, so I'm just gonna rest. I rested a lot on Thursday. It's Saturday, but on Thursday I literally slept from 5 p.m. to 10 a.m. Or no, I think it might have been 8 a.m. Might have been 6. I know it was 15 hours. But I was so burnt out from Wednesday just tired from working with kids. And I need to be more consistent about posting if I want to do it professionally. I have to do it every day. I need to edit every day, which is easy in short form content, but long form content like YouTube, it can take hours to edit. And short form content like TikTok and Instagram, it can take 30 minutes max, maybe. But long form content, it can take hours, like a long time. I could edit in maybe like 5 to 10 minutes in short form content too. But editing is so important, and it really makes a difference with views, with attention, because it's just a better production, it's better quality. So people like to watch stuff that's a good production. So anyway, I am ready to go, and I'm very proud of myself for everything I've done this year. I'm also proud of myself for what I'm learning about in what I desire for romance and love, and what I don't want, and what disgusts me, including men and gay men and their standards, disgusts me. And how I want to have a good connection. Oh, whoops. Or just at least like a meaningful connection, and to help people understand that you're not going to get that if you continue to not have any standards for yourself and in dating and men. And it may not be easy to find, but you're never going to find it if you keep your standards at rock bottom. So, and then to figure out what you want to do with work and life and stuff. So, bye.